To be here to start this new journey, and obviously at some point I knew this was gonna happen, but I would say I always take the high road. I had my amazing moments in Dallas with all my teammates, coaches, and the most importantly, the fans. They always supported me, and it was an amazing journey.
We going. It's your boy Red Dawg _ENT, and we back. Today we got Luka Doncic full Lakers introductory press conference. Gotta see this and see what he gotta say. Let's get it.
After the Knicks win.
Yeah, I was off. Kind of keep an eye on the Laker game, and then this popped up, and here we are, Geet. I'm still kind of stunned.
Deal.
This day is here.
Yeah.
For those who were stunned, like we all were a few nights ago, it's very real.
Luka, he's there.
Facility with Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka and Luka.
Hey man, why is he? He looks a little. Maybe it's the sweatshirt, but he's looking a little. He's looking a little thinner. I don't know.
Strolling in together.
He looks like he's a little thinner.
Luka's first comments since
the
trade. Saw his post thanking Dallas Mavericks fans.
Looks like he's in a little bit better shape. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since I've seen him, but I typically don't watch NBA until we get close to the playoffs. So I'm not. 88 games, especially with the NFL going on too, and NFL goes off. Dan, it's basically after the Super Bowl, I get into NBA. So I haven't watched since probably the first couple games started in October. All right, let's go. See what he's got to say.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before I start talking about the young man next to me, I want to thank Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Christie, and Anthony Davis. For their incredible service here. There's no player that played as big a role to our 17th championship than Anthony Davis, who's also a person of incredibly high character. So those three guys are Lakers for life, and just want to thank them before we start.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think that Anthony Davis ain't going to finish his career as a Laker. I mean, you do kind of see him as a Laker. I mean, even that. So let's keep going.
No. So in thinking about today and what it means, I think Luka Doncic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history.
Yeah. Might be one of the biggest trades in NBA history. What do y'all think? I mean, it's one of them. It's up there.
And the reason I say that is because we have a
this is like the equivalent of I'm a Packers fan, right? So that's like the equivalent of us getting rid of like a prime Aaron Rodgers. Like let's say he just took us to an NFC Championship game, or he just took us to the Super Bowl, or something like that, and we lost. And then that following year, this kid is only 25, 26. So I mean, you talking about a prime? You get rid of your prime star? That's wild, man. I mean, he's gonna give you at least 10 years more. I know he ain't gonna go he's not gonna go too old, because he doesn't value his fitness program as much as some other guys like LeBron and stuff like that. So I give him max. He's 25, gonna be 26. I give him max probably 6, 7, 8 seasons.
5-year-old global superstar that's gonna get on the stage of the most popular and influential basketball brand on the globe. And I think when those two powerful forces come together, it brings basketball joy to the world, because that's how Luka plays. He plays with joy. And if you think about kids in Barcelona, or kids in Buenos Aires, or
Slovenia,
children in Shanghai or Sydney, they're going to be wearing a number 77 Luka Doncic Lakers
77.
jersey.
Okay.
And bringing joy to basketball just like he does. And that's why it's powerful. I think the leadership of Adam Silver and the way he's bringing the game to the world, you see it in Europe, you see it in Africa, what the NBA is doing. And now we have one of the game's biggest superstars, an international player, coming to join the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a convergence of all those forces.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's going to be something incredibly special that the NBA and basketball has never seen before. So to get to this place, there's a couple people I want to thank. First and foremost is Jeannie Buss. She's so supportive. I think her vision, which falls in line with the great and late Dr. Buss, to always make sure the brightest and best basketball superstars play for the Los Angeles Lakers. She's clearly carried that vision on from her dad, and I just want to thank her for her tremendous support and vision and helping this day become a reality. The second person I want to thank is anytime there's a trade or a transaction, there has to be a partner. And I want to thank the Dallas Mavericks, led by their GM, Nico Harrison, who was also very instrumental in bringing this opportunity to us and then staying true to the negotiations throughout, where it could be culminated with the trade being finalized and Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris becoming members of our team. So wanted to thank.
Now, I do hope that, I see there at the UCLA Health Training Center. I mean, I really hope that he does start to take his fitness a little bit more serious. You know what I mean? It would be great to see Luka play for a long time and play really at a high level, because it just seemed like, especially in those finals last year where he was kind of a liability in the defense, it was his fitness. He was like getting tired. He was getting tired out. And it was just like, bro, you got to take your fitness a little bit better. You got to take your fitness a little bit more serious, man, and get your shit together. So, you can play at a high level at these big games. You can play for the Lakers now, in California. I mean, it's just a big deal, man. Fitness is huge, especially when you're playing the sport, obviously. So
those two people. And now we'll start with questions.
Hey, Luka, there's the video the Lakers put out the other day of you noticed somebody was talking to you in Slovenian during a game in 2019. It's Kobe, and you turn around, you have the moment with him after the game. And just think, how do you go from that to then now joining the Lakers with LeBron James and just thinking of the legacies of those two players and you having the chance to be the next one?
Well, first of all, I remember the exact moment that happened. It will always stay, in my mind. It was an amazing moment. Just for Kobe to know my name was amazing for me. I just wish Kobe and Gigi were here to see this moment.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Yeah, Kobe would be going crazy right now, man. He would be that would be something to see. Was his reaction to this? That'd be awesome. But
I'm excited about this new jersey.
He's smiling down from heaven.
And
New Jersey. Hold on, what? What you say about New Jersey?
I'm excited about this new journey, and happy to be here.
Okay. I'm like, what New Jersey got to do with this? Okay.
Walked out, you saw all of us here standing here waiting for you to come. What's your reaction
speak
to seeing
up.
all of us here to welcome you to Los Angeles?
Well, first of all, it's very nice. There's a lot of people here. I don't think there's ever been so many people in my press conference. So I really appreciate all the support.
Come on, buddy. Stop being so humble. You know damn well you're like one of the biggest names in the league, especially during the last year's playoffs. He became like a household name. I know he's being humble, but come on. I mean, this is like one of the biggest trades in NBA history. Let's go.
Luka, welcome to Los Angeles. I'm curious, what's your reaction been the last 48 hours to some of the comments coming from Dallas on your way out the door to join the Lakers?
I want your reaction.
Excited, to be here to start this new journey, and obviously, at some point I knew this was going to happen. But I would say I always take the high road. I had my amazing moments in Dallas with all my teammates, coaches, and most importantly, the fans. They always supported me, and it was an amazing journey.
Hey, Luka, Dan Wicke with the LA Times. Welcome to LA. You, in a podcast with JJ years ago, said that the one NBA player that you watched was LeBron James. What is your kind of reaction to being able to now play with him, and how do you think that's going to work for the two of you guys on the court?
It's just like a dream come true, I always look up to him. There's so many things I can learn from him, and I'm just excited, just to learn everything, and now I get to play with him. So it's an amazing feeling.
We should get to see a little bit more emotion. Obviously, he's kind of a chill dude. He doesn't really wear his emotions on his sleeve. He's really he kind of keeps things internal. But you could tell he is happy, though. You can tell he can't keep the smile off his face. He's kind of nervous, too. I mean, he does press conferences all the time. And that's what you do for a living. It's part of your job description, basically, as an NBA player. And you could see him actually shaking a little bit. The mic, you can hear this nervousness in his voice. This is a big deal for him, and you could see that it is a big deal for him too. Although he's not showing it on the outside, he's showing it in other ways.
Zdravo, Luka. Jovan Buha with The Athletic. Just kind of following up on that, how do you see you and LeBron specifically, just the two-man game between you? You both can screen for each other, hit guys out of the short roll, create playmaking opportunities. Just how you guys both see the game. Very few can see it that way. Like, how do you see that fit from a passing, playmaking, and just two-man game perspective?
Yeah, I think we both make our teammates better. I think our IQ is very high, so I think that's going to help everybody. But obviously, I really haven't think about basketball much these days. But I'm just excited to work with him. I work every day here, so every day they go.
He hasn't thought a lot about basketball these days. What? Some of the things he's saying are kind of alarming. He said something that I didn't make mention of when he started. That he said that he kind of always knew this was going to happen. So has he been trying to get out of Dallas since he got there? Like, he just been, I want to go play with my LeBron. I want to go play with LeBron. I want to go play with LeBron. It sounds like this is something he really, really wanted to do for years now.
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life watching ads?
Luka, Kobe Price, SoCal News Group. Welcome to LA. Got one for both you guys. First for you, Luka. I think you even wrote in a social media post that you thought that Dallas is going to be a place that you're looking forward to win championships, staying for your career. Emotionally, what have the past 48 to 60 hours been for you in coming to LA?
Well, it was hard first. That first day was really hard. I felt like this last 48 hours was 1 month. Like 2 days ago was 1 month ago. So emotionally it was really hard. But every day that like today was much better. I'm just very happy to be here for this opportunity. It's the Lakers. It's one of the best clubs in history, so I'm excited to be here.
And for Rob, Nico was speaking with reporters, I believe on Sunday after the trade. He praised you specifically for, keeping the negotiations between you two up until, I imagine, the final moments. At what point did you, introduce this trade idea to Jeannie? And what was her initial reaction when you told her about it?
Yeah, so this all started with the coffee in Dallas where Nico approached us with the concept. And because there was a partnership and a history of travel in the world between Nico and myself working around Kobe Bryant, there was a fabric of trust in the discussions. And these type of deals are incredibly intricate and complicated. And along the way, we knew there would be 248 insurmountable snags to get to the end, and there were. And so over the course of 3 weeks, call it, an issue would come up, and we'd think there was no way to climb the mountain, and we'd figure out a way. Then the next issue would come up, and you just keep going, and you stay committed to the work.
Yeah.
You stay committed to trying to get the deal done in a partnership sense. I think a lot of people talk about negotiations in terms of who won and who lost. I try to approach a negotiation in the sense of how do we build a partnership where we can get to the end. And I think that was the lens that we worked and the premise we worked under. And when the concept was initially introduced to us, it was, hey, the only way we can even have these discussions was if it's between owner and GMs.
Nice.
Hey, Luka and Rob, Melissa Rowland, Fox Sports.
I look scared.
Over here. I have a question for both of you guys. Obviously, from the league's biggest superstars to fans, people were shocked that the Mavericks were willing to deal a 25-year-old superstar in his prime who has another 10 years at least ahead of him. What was both of your guys', Rob, what was your level of shock that this was even on the table? And Luka, what was your level of shock that the Mavs were willing to deal you?
I try to take everything in stride. I think about the deal the same way his basketball mind is processing a play. And so I just tried to live in the moment, and I tried to carry that with me for 3 or 4 weeks as this was unfolding. And by staying in the moment, I think it helped us get to the end.
Man, imagine having to be him and holding that in and not saying nothing to nobody, because it came out of nowhere. Like, it just came like, boom. I mean, nobody even knew that they were even having talks. So you want to talk about somebody who keeps it to the vest and keeps secrets? that motherfucker there, you want to trust with your secrets. I mean, hey, he did a good ass job. I'm talking about 2-3 weeks. You kept that news a secret for 2-3. That's crazy in 2025. I mean, you know, as you know, people just cannot shut up and put stuff on social media these days. So,
I mean, everybody was surprised. So you can imagine how surprised I was. I was almost asleep. So when I got a call, I had to check. It was April 1st. I didn't really believe it at first. And it was a bit shock. It was hard moments for me. It was home. So it was really hard moments for me, especially the first day. But as I said, you know, I get to play in the greatest club in the world, and I'm excited for this new journey.
A little slight.
Luka, over here on your left, Malika Andrews with ESPN. It's good to see you. Welcome to LA. You've been a fan of LeBron. You've talked about it for a long time, but he's also been a fan of you. He's tried to work with you at various different times in the past, whether it be shoe deals or other things. I'm curious, what message did he reach out to you with? Was it a text? Was it a call? What was that? And how did that fuel the way that you think about coming to LA as well?
Yeah, he called me right away.
He called you right away,
He was in New York, so he called.
See, that's a good leader there. You know what I mean? Like something like that. You don't want to shoot a text. You don't want to say, hey, congrats, welcome to the club, welcome to LA, you know? Like, you know, you got to pick up the phone. You know, we need to talk. I need to hear your voice. I need to hear your inflection in your voice. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that's good leadership by LeBron.
Right away.
And it's right away.
Talk much because, you know, he said, I understand what you're feeling. But that was really nice of him just to call me right away. And
yeah, right away is nice.
To LA.
That is nice, especially, you know, like I said, right away, rather than waiting a day later, 2 days later, a week later. No, he called him right away. That's awesome, bro.
Hey,
good leadership.
We've heard from so many other players across the league, Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, Giannis, talking about their shock at this and also what it means for how teams feel about players and how no one's really safe, quote unquote, to use Steph's words. What have players said to you, and what has it meant to you to have them speak out the way they have?
I saw some comments. I wasn't really trying to be on social media these days, but I saw some comments, and it really means a lot. You know, we are rivals, and they speak about me that nicely, so it really means a lot to me. And sure. Oh, directly, I haven't talked to a lot of people, really.
Hey, Luka, Nikki K with Spectrum News right here. So emotionally, you go from thinking you're going to spend your career with one fan base, and now you arrive in a new city. First of all, impressions of Los Angeles and its fans from afar, and what does this opportunity to, have another love story with LA goes?
Yeah, I would say, like you said, I thought I was going to spend my whole career there because I think loyalty is a big word for me, and I was trying to stay by that. But this for me is a fresh start. I get to play in LA. The fans are amazing, and I got the ocean here, so it's a really big thing for me.
He says that he would want to play there for his career, but then he also said at the beginning, he said that he knew this was going to happen. So I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood what he was saying. Maybe he was saying like he knew ahead of time and he just had to keep it quiet for those 2-3 weeks while they were doing the details. Maybe that's what he meant, because the way he made it sound like he knew he was going to get out of Dallas someday. Like,
but really, I'm really excited to be
Y'all
here.
let me know in the comments below if you know.
I getting to play for the Lakers, and everybody can say that. And many, many legends pass here, many, many championships. So that's my goal.
Luka, Brad Townsend, Dallas Morning News. So you wrote a Dear Dallas letter to fans. It was, very heartfelt, and you talked a little bit about, your shock. How are your feelings toward the upper levels of the organization, Nico in particular, or the decision to trade you?
Well, that's their decision, so I have no comment on that. They made the decision. I don't know why. But that's their decision, so I can't do nothing about it.
And then one of the reasons that was given was that there was concern that, beyond this summer, or that there's a chance you might not agree to the Supermax extension. Did you or anyone on your inner circle indicate that might be the case?
Absolutely not.
I don't know I'm not sure if I believe him. What do y'all think? I don't know.
Luka,
there is a reason, and there is a huge reason. No team is going to trade their star their star basketball player to another team for no reason at all. There is a reason, and we eventually will find out about it.
Times. Do you feel you have something to prove? Do you feel you have something to prove?
Sorry.
Do you think you have something to prove?
You don't understand?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Yeah. That's it. Win the championship. You don't come here for nothing else than championship. So I have everything left to prove. So, and the goal is to win the championship.
Hi, Luka. Good to see you. Mark Medina with Athlon Sports and Sportskeeda. How do you address the criticism that's followed you on your way out about concerns about conditioning and durability?
Yeah.
It's a motive. I know it's not true. I know, but it's a motive. Like I say, I came here, one of the biggest clubs in history of sports, so it's a big motive for a long run here.
I'll just add to that one, Mark. I think greatness is an evolution in a process. And I think if you're striving for perfection, as we are as an organization or as a player is, you're going to have challenges to make yourself better until you don't play anymore. And so I think that's just something to keep in mind. I would assume the question will be forthcoming, when is Luka going to play? I'd rather just take that one head on. Our sports performance department is led by Dr. Leroy Sims. Luka's got trusted sports performance folks that are going to become part of our family in Dr. Sims' circle. Okay. And they're working together as we speak about a return to play plan. So I would truly say at this point he's day to day. We're going to take it one step at a time. But if all those days go well and Luka feels good and confident, he'll be in a game soon. But we're going to partner with him. And I should mention, too, his amazing team who's now part of our family, led by Laura Beth and Bill Duffy and the rest of the folks that are here today. When we make decisions around superstar players, and we partner and collaborate with them, and that'll be our process with Laura Beth and Duff.
I was going to ask Luka, I guess more about that, just hear from you, what this process has been like. You've gone through it now 4 times with this calf. So what have you done to get back on the court? How are you feeling? And how confident are you in that this won't be a reoccurring injury?
Well, for the first time, I took my time. Get it to heal 100%. Other times I think I just wanted to go back on court playing basketball and not really be healthy 100%. So This time I just took my time, which was normal amount of time to get back to 100%.
Luka, David Pingalore, KTLA. Over the last couple of days, I talked about your conditioning, but maybe your lack of defense. What is your commitment to being a better defender?
Yeah, they're not holding
I
back.
think this year I really stepped it up honestly, and it's just being more active, more vocal, and I think I did a step ahead this year, but I need to do more steps ahead. So that's what I'm planning on.
Hey, Rob, just obviously make a blockbuster move like this. What is your balance of thinking long-term with 25-year-old and then also just the short-term, knowing that the deadline's coming up on Thursday, just balancing the long-term vision with the short-term?
We know that our roster has continued work to do to become complete. And just to be clear around the vision for our roster, we're going to build a roster that fits J.J. Redick's philosophy, his basketball philosophy. That's something that we believe in, that we support, that we want to lean into. So in terms of roster decisions, JJ and I collaborate extensively around that and fitting how he wants to play. We know we have a need for a big. The market for bigs right now, leading into the last 2 or 3 days of the trade deadline, is very dry. There's just
that's what I was saying in my initial reaction video, was that you got rid of Anthony Davis, he's a good big. He's not amazing, but he is a good big. So who are you going to replace that big with? And it looks like they don't have anybody
not a lot available.
Okay.
So maybe we'll be able to do some stuff around the margins. I would say in terms of a big move for that position, it's probably more realistic.
And I get it too. I mean, if you have Luka Doncic, you're going to take it and you'll think of the ramifications later, right? Like, we kind of need a big now since we got rid of Anthony Davis. So I get that. You can't pass up on a once in a generation talent. Especially that comes on the free agent. Well, he didn't really come on the free agent mark, but a trade with that person's team for whatever reason. So I get it.
That would be something that comes in the off season. But Luka will be at the center of that as we build for the long term. We want to format a team that fits JJ's coaching style and his strengths and his needs to help us win a championship, with the other people that are also on our team right now who are going to be a big part of that winning as well. But your question was about long term, so I'm speaking more to long term.
Luka, I know you had about 13 games as a teammate with JJ in Dallas, and just wondered what that was like for you, the relationship that you formed, and then your thoughts about playing for him as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he couldn't move at all, so it wasn't moving. No, but it was a great relationship. I really respect him. You don't see me go on podcast. I went on his podcast twice, so you know how much respect I have for him. So I'm really excited that I can play for him.
Rob, good to see you. Along the same lines with the trade deadline and all of that, the window for Luka, 25 years old, coming off a finals appearance last year. LeBron, 22nd season, 40 years old. Like, what's the urgency level to have this team in the immediate future reach championship contender status, and whether that immediate future is between now and Thursday or the offseason going into next year? Just kind of what is the view in terms of the timeline to get this team to be able to contend?
The urgency is ever present. From the first day I started taking this job till I sit in the chair right now, there's always an urgency to win championships. That's what the Lakers set out to do. That's the expectations of our fans, and we're going to put in the work to constantly try to do it. At the same time, you have to be realistic. And if there's not a championship big on the market right now, I can't wave a wand and create that opportunity. We'll continue to work and look for areas that we can complete and fill out the roster. But as we saw with this trade, it takes two teams. But we'll continue to build. Luka and
I did hear that Giannis asked for a trade. I don't know how true that was from the Bucks. If they got Giannis, I know Giannis is a power forward, but still, I think they're really looking for a center. Big. Damn, boy, if you team up Giannis, Luka, LeBron, I mean, come on, man. Nah, but that ain't gonna happen, though. But I'm trying to think of a good big. I mean, there's just nobody. There's really nobody out there, Cat would have been cool, but Cat went over to, where's he at now? New York? I forgot where Cat went. But he's no longer available. He'd have been, he's decent. You know what I mean? He's better than probably anything they have on the Lakers roster right now. Y'all let me know in the comments below. What would y'all like to see?
I spent some time yesterday up in my office just talking about, the players on our roster he's played with and kind of what he sees as sort of short-term and long-term needs. And I think we'll continue to have those basketball discussions and get this roster to a championship level.
Luka, Mike mentioned Dorian Finney-Smith as a player you've spoken very highly about in the past. Greg St. Jean was a coach you've worked with. How is that going to help as you take on this crazy life change, having all these familiar faces be here for that transition?
I think that's a really good thing, to come to a new place, but still know some people. And I think that's mentally, I think that's a really good thing. And they're going to just help me, the guys that were here, it'll help me learn new stuff about LA, about the team. And, it's just helpful to see friendly faces.
All right, we'll go ahead and call it there. I mean, they're really just asking, it's not nothing worth a damn. So we'll go ahead and call it there. So what do we think, y'all? Hey, I think this thing actually might end up working out best for both parties. It will eventually come out the reason why. Baffling decision at this point, but we don't know the backstory. Is he a pain in the ass? Are they really concerned about his health? just coming off another injury. Will he play the same for the Lakers? There's a lot of questions here, but we don't have a whole lot of answers. But all we do know, going to LA, well, he's in LA. So y'all let me know in the comments below. What do y'all think about this, man? I'd like to hear some opinions on this. Let me know. Subscribe for more lit content. Like I said, since football's wrapping up this weekend with the Super Bowl, we get into basketball real hot and heavy. So subscribe for more content. Let's go!